I love the largemouth bass. They are my favorite fish. And I'll get straight into why that is. As you can see on the screen here, all this footage was taken by me. I went into a lake with my underwater camera, and I got these amazing shots. Well, definitely not professional, but alright shots of the largemouth bass. Well, actually, multiple largemouth bass. And this is because these fish were the friendliest fish I have ever met before. I thought it would be impossible to take a picture of a fish because they just swim away from you whenever you come near them. But these fish, well, they just come right up to me. They're so friendly and nice. As you can see here, this one, who I named Foot because he touches my feet a lot, is just nicely looking at me here and just letting me take pictures of him. Speaking of Foot, Foot was the first largemouth bass that found me, and he was so nice. He touches my feet all the time. And additionally, most of my pictures are of Foot. I'll show you some of the pictures I got. Like this one. Or this one. This one has multiple. And I also found some ducks too. Anyways, the main reason I made this video is because of how friendly the largemouth bass was to me. But I can't just end the video saying barely anything about this fish. So here's some facts about the largemouth bass now. The largemouth bass is a freshwater fish, and it primarily lives in lakes across the eastern United States and Canada. However, it has also been introduced to many other lakes across the world. This fish is an apex predator in the lake. The only animals that hunt the largemouth bass are animals that live outside of the lake, such as eagles and humans. Since the largemouth bass is so dominant in the lake, its diet basically consists of anything that comes up to 50% of the largemouth bass's body mass. This could be many things. This could be worms, other fish, crayfish, insects, and even smaller largemouth bass. Another interesting thing about the largemouth bass is that it's very intelligent for a fish. For example, the largemouth bass is typically intelligent enough to actually recognize a lure and avoid it. This is why the largemouth bass is often considered very hard to catch. In fact, some largemouth bass may even bait the fisherman by pulling on the lure so that the fisherman thinks the fish is holding onto it, but then the largemouth bass just lets go and the fisherman brings in nothing. It's more rare for that to happen though. Still, very intelligent. That's actually one of my theories as to why they followed me. Because I think they're intelligent enough to be curious and explore and try to find out what I am, just as I was curious and explored these fish. Another theory of mine is that they followed me because in the wild, smaller fish typically like to follow bigger fish for protection. But that still doesn't really make sense, since they are apex predators and don't really need protection. Some people also had the theory that they are trying to eat me, but that one just doesn't really make sense either. So, unless anyone can think of any better theories, maybe the reason these fish are so nice and followed me is just because they're so intelligent to explore, rather than just running away from anything new immediately, and being scared of all things new. But anyways, I hope you liked this video. I'm not expecting this video to do too well because nobody really cares about fish. But I made this video for fun because I just love these fish so much. Anyways, if you watched this video, thank you very much for watching and have a good day.